So we've been in here for a month. Let's take a look at our progress. Good morning. So it's been about a month, almost exactly a month, since we took possession of these some 40 acres. And when you step back and you look at the things that we have going on, a lot of times, when you're standing there looking at it, you can't see the forest through the trees, so they say. And so it takes a little bit of stepping back and looking at what you've done to really get a sense of, there's things have happened. It's not just your wheels aren't just spinning. You're actually making some forward progress. And over this past month, it doesn't seem like we've done a lot, but at the same time, it's been quite a bit.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself.
So one of the first things that we were working on doing was moving this chicken coop. The kids love the chickens. They produce some eggs, and we enjoy having them around. So we really wanted to make sure that we had a space for them and a space for the kids to run. So we cleared out this space. There's briar patches all the way up to the fence line here, and we got that all cleared out, and kind of enhances the view of the space. There's still a lot of cleanup to do and things that need to take place down here, but I feel like we're in a pretty good spot, and that was a good couple of day project. And then we got this nice new fence put in here, and the chicken coop moved, and now we have this really nice space for our kids and our chickens and dogs to run.
Did your mom marry Mr. Rogers?
No, Mr. Johnson.
Huh.
So in another area of slow progress, up here in this outbuilding garage, wood shop, I don't know, tractor storage, I've been working on putting some insulation and walls up, hanging up some of my collection of license plates and things like that. Put this little sucker together, cutout thing that I had made, and painted it up, put some plates behind it. I think it looks pretty sharp. But a lot of work needs to go in here. I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but it's one of those things where, this is kind of a night project.
Oh, there's just a little bit of bullshit and all that, right?
Another thing that really added to what we got going on here is this piece of equipment, this Kubota tractor that really has helped make our lives a lot easier in terms of digging, moving, lifting, and mowing. Speaking of the utilitarian value of the tractor, we're out here taking a look over the top of everything here, and you can kind of see how much, as the rain comes down, how much of this space I got this whole thing mowed out. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot, but I tell you what, it took about 3 days off and on to get that thing going. And then right in here, that's where I'm putting my bridge in, and as you can see here up close, there's a lot of space and work that has gone into that project. I still need to migrate my way from those patches over here into this, get this all mowed down. I got all the way up here into the tree line. That needs to get cut and mowed down. And we've got not just this area left to go based on that little chunk there, but as I've said before, we've got this barn, we've got this space all the way up through here, and half of this pasture space left to clear and clean out, and fencing and everything else to move. So basically, which is nuts, from right here where I'm standing, straight across through the ditch, all the way across there, that way, that's all got to be cut, mowed, maintained, and sorted out. There's you can see there's a water feature creek running through there, through this pasture. There's another one that runs in there. Those all feed together, and I think we're going to dig out a little bit of a pond at some point, but we got to build some land bridges from one section to the other so we can get this thing all maintained and ready to roll.
Yeah, that's right. I'm bad.
This is all land that was overgrown, 5-foot tall weeds, brush, just disgusting. Now it's mowed down, you can see the ground, you can walk through it, you can see the water flowing.
Take a bath, hippie.
Came out here and got some things dug out. As you can see, the water is flowing through there. I got some rocks and stuff like that piled in there, so there's a little bit of a rapid, but the water's flowing through both pipes there. You can't really see it from where I'm standing, but look right here, clearly the water's channeling in, it's flowing out.
And there's other stuff I can't remember, but
But again, there's lots of weeds and things like that to clear out of. This is what it was like before I started mowing. It was just like a jungle. You couldn't hardly get through there. And now, you go from it being, 5, 6, 7 feet tall weeds to something you can actually see across.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Mr. Crawdad making his YouTube appearance. You ugly bugger.
On the internet, worldwide.
Now as we walk on back toward the vehicle on the other side of the creek there, there's a lot of this timber and brush that needs to be cut and cleaned out of here. You can see this little spot here with this nice little water flow coming on through. But I started digging out a little bit of the trees and the junk around the old pump house. That I got kind of an idea for it. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but I have a bit of an idea. I don't want to spoil it, but I think there's a really funny idea to go along with that.
Yeah, whatever.
The water is really cooking through here, going on down, but a lot of these weeds and underbrush need to be cleaned out of here. These old apple trees need to be cleaned out and trimmed up a little bit so it's a little bit more manageable. But I also would like to maybe add 1 or 2 apple trees down here. And then that brings us up here to the hunting lodge, as I'm calling it, as we call it. And have not done more than poke my head inside of it. But went in here, took out a bunch of the weeds and the brush, and all of that. Cut out a bunch of the weeds that were here.
You are the most wonderful husband and son I ever had.
And as you can see from this, in comparison to the way it was just a matter of weeks ago, it's a little by little change. A little bit. I've also done a little bit of work on the ditch system up there, although I will admit I am experiencing still a little bit of a water washout situation because the volume of water that's coming from the top to the bottom, it just doesn't have any way to really flow or be moved in a way that's incredibly efficient. So we have talked to some folks about some options that we have with this gravel road, with the water and the management of all of that. And it's a little by little operation.
I'm hungry. Let's get a taco.
Appreciate you following along, seeing what's up this past month on Burgher Acres. I appreciate the likes, the shares, subscribes, comments, and we'll see you on the next one.